Hey guys, so today we're going to be taking a look at angles and reviewing angle relations. Actually, the last time we probably talked about angles would be when we were in fourth grade. So in fourth grade, we were able to kind of look at our angle relationships. We did a little work with them and figured out basically how to name our angles. And so we're going to spend just a little bit of time reviewing how we name angles. So there are four angles that we're going to focus on today. So that first angle that most of us are aware is going to be that right angle. And so that right angle is identified because of this little box right here. This little box says that this is a right angle, and a right angle is equal to 90 degrees. And so that's the important piece here, is that a right angle is equal to 90 degrees. All right, the next angle that we're going to focus on is everyone's favorite. So this is called an acute angle. And an acute angle is less than 90 degrees. So it is any angle that is less than 90 degrees. We call it an acute angle because they're little. So less than 90 degrees. When we come over here, okay, we see that it's this whole distance right here. This angle, you can see that is farther or larger than 90 degrees, so it's greater than 90 degrees. This is called an obtuse angle. Okay? And these are the three major angles that we focus on. Right angles, we see a lot of those when we're dealing with shapes, squares, rectangles. We identify those right angles, those 90-degree corners, to know that they can be perpendicular or parallel. Our acute angles, those are all the angles that are less than 90 degrees. And an obtuse angle is those angles that are bigger. They are greater than 90 degrees. The fourth angle is this angle right here. This is a straight line. Okay, and this is straight line, so we call it a straight angle. And straight angles are very, very unique in the fact that they are equal to exactly 180 degrees. Exactly. They're exactly 180 degrees. A straight line from going from one end to the other is exactly 180 degrees. And so these are the four major angles that we have worked with, okay, up until this point. And we learned this in fourth grade. So today we're going to be taking our knowledge of those four angles to be able to determine what is the missing angle. So we've been able to figure out like missing numbers, missing values. Okay. So if I say that I have 15, and I'm going to add some value to that, I'm at 17. You have to ask yourself, okay, this is a pretty simple problem, but the idea is still the same. I have 15 items. I need to add 2 units to that to get to 17. Okay, that one you can do in your head. You can also check it by saying if 17 is my total, I can take away the information that I know, and it leaves me with 2. So the missing value needs to be 2. Okay? We can do that with larger numbers. I have 36. I'm adding it to some value, and so we're going to start calling that some value an x. It stands for that variable, what we don't know. So 36 plus something gives me 80. Okay, now some of you can do this in your head by making a 10 and then adding up. Again, you can always check by saying if 80 is my end goal, I can take away the information that I already have to find out that my missing value is 44. Okay, and so we're going to use the same idea to figure out what is the missing angle value. What is that missing angle value? Let's take a look at that. Today we're going to be looking, like I said, at the missing angle value. Okay, and so I'm going to start off by drawing this angle right here. This angle right here is called a right angle. Okay, we know it's a right angle because this little box right here tells us that this is a right angle. I'm going to put a line in here, and I'm going to say that I don't know what this piece is, but I do know that that side is 50 degrees. Now, we have to determine what is that missing side. Well, we can use that same idea that we did up here when we were finding that missing piece. I have a piece, I don't know what it is, but I know that it equals something. And so we can set up just like using our knowledge. I know that this is a 90-degree angle because that box tells me so. I know that I have 50-degree piece and something I do not know. Some of you are already saying, I know the answer. I know what this is because you can see both sides. We can see that we have a 50-degree and something we do not know. Just like we did before, we can use mental math to ask ourselves 50 plus what gives us 90, or we can tell ourselves that we know that 90 is our total. So I'm going to take away the value that I already know to find out that the missing piece is going to be that 40 degrees. Okay? This relationship right here has a really, really special name. This relationship right here, which we're going to do more later on in the school year, it's called complementary. These are complementary angles. Complementary angles are angles that add up to 90 degrees. Complementary angles are angles that add up to 90 degrees. And this is a very unique pair. As you can see, 50 and 40 do in fact equal 90 degrees. This is a complementary angle because they are angles, 50 and 40, that add up to 90 degrees. We're going to be practicing this today. This is our goal. Can we figure out the missing angle in a 90-degree pair? So, try another one. All right, let's start off. So, we know that it's a 90-degree angle because that box tells us so. This side is going to be 30, and I don't know what that side is. You have to determine what is that other missing side. We can pause for a moment and review the fact that these are complementary angles. They are two angles that add up to 90 degrees. There's one angle right here and two angles right there. Angle 1 and angle 2 do in fact add up to that 90 degree because it is here. We can write this out as saying that I know that it equals 90 degrees. I have one piece of 30 plus the other piece, which gives me 90. I have to ask myself, what plus 30 is going to give me 90? Some of you can use mental math to figure out 30 plus what gives you 90. Again, we can always use the strategy of 90 as my end goal, so I can take away the piece that I know. So 90 minus 30 gives us that 60 degrees. So I know that that missing angle, in order to form a complementary pair, is going to be 60 degrees. Let's try another one. This is in fact a 90-degree angle because it is identified by the box in the corner. I'm going to draw a line through and I'm going to say that this side is 52 degrees. I don't know what that side is. Okay. We can identify this as a complementary angle. Again, complementary angles are angles that add up to 90 degrees. We can continue to set this problem up by using the knowledge that both of these angles add up to 90 degrees. I have this side plus that side. One angle plus another angle gives me 90 degrees. I can go through and either use mental math to make a 10 and then add on to figure out the missing Or I can say that 90 is my end goal, take away the information that I already know, and find out that my missing value is in fact 38 degrees. Okay. Complementary angles are angles that add up to 90 degrees. We can look at these pairs and set them up to be 90. We can also look at the information without having a picture. What do I mean by without having a picture? Again, complementary angles add up to 90 degrees. So, if I'm going to make pairs, okay, so I want to make complementary angles. So I'm going to tell you right now that I have an angle of 50 degrees. What am I going to add to that to get to that complementary pair? Okay, we don't have a picture here, but we can still use the same knowledge that if I have 50 degrees and I need to form a complementary pair of that, okay, this one some of you may just know mentally that 50 and 40 make 90. Again, if we don't know that, we can always take what we are ending with, take away the piece that we know to figure out what is missing is 40 degrees. Again, these are complementary pairs. They are two angles that add up to 90 degrees. Complementary angles add up to 90 degrees. Let's say that I have a 30-degree angle and a 20-degree angle and something else. What would be the missing angle here that would give me that complementary angle? Angles that add up to 90 degrees. I see that I have 30 and 20. What is going to be my missing piece? Give you a little bit of time to think that one through. See if we can come up with that missing angle. So some of us probably right away looked at 30 and 20 and told yourself, well, that's just 50. What's that missing piece? Okay. Then again, some of you were like, oh, wait, we just did that problem. I know that 50 and 40 do make 90, so I know that my missing piece is going to be 40. Again, complementary angles are angles that add up to 90 degrees. We can figure out that missing piece by taking away the information that we know from the source. Today, you are going to be going through a fabulous worksheet. On this worksheet, you're going to start by making complementary pairs. I'm going to give you one angle, and you're going to have to tell me what is that angle pair that's going to give you that 90 degrees. Then on the worksheet, I'm going to show you some pictures of complementary angles, and you are going to have to determine what is that missing side. And anytime you get stuck or need more support, you can always come back to this video to walk through various examples of how you can use your knowledge of complementary angles to find the missing value. Good luck and have a fantastic day.